Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new weekly review. 3 setups that I took this week. First one, US dollar CAD. As showed in my Sunday market breakdown, what did I expect? On the monthly, we were in bullish territorium. We still had some space until this retest. On the weekly, we were on the lows, phase 3, this buying zone. So my bias was long. On the daily, we received this fib completion and this bullish indicational candle. And then on the 4-hour, we had the impulse, correction with the trend, shift of momentum. And from there on, I placed my limit on top, like this. Stop loss placed on the longest wick, plus 10 pips. To the first structure, it was 1.55%, but I was aiming for this daily take profit on this high. Then price came back, eventually reached the daily first structure. So congratulations if you took your profits over here. Price was struggling, came back, and eventually went to the daily take profit for 3.84%. Bit lucky, but I made a decision upfront, so I'm okay with that. Then, not a position that I took, but one that I forecasted on my Sunday market breakdown as well. I chose for US dollar CAD, and I didn't want to have too much of exposure, but still a great trade. So on the monthly, the only thing I said was that there was still some upside potential to these highs. On the weekly, we had this IC, and we are in bearish territorium with this selling zone. Then, as I said on the daily, there's not much space to this first structure. And on the 4-hour, shoulder 1 had possible shoulder 2. Could have placed your zone over here. And from there on, price came back and eventually went to this daily structure. So congrats to everyone who took their profits here as well. Good job. Then the last one that I took was 80 Swiss on the weekly. We did have this close. It looks like a rejection candle, but for me it's a 50-51. So I needed some confirmation on the lower time frame. And if I look to the lower time frame, we have the impulse, correction, impulse. And from here on, we saw the price decelerating in this channel. We take the fib from the high to the low, place my zone on the 100. And as you can see, we received a new action over here. My daily first structure was marked. So I was waiting. After this new action, we saw the bulls kicking in. Impulse, correction with the trend, bulls kicking in. Placed my zone on top of the IC. From there on, it's a high pip count, so I only went to 90. 5 pips. Nice risk to reward. In the trade, break even. Price went until 3%. So I placed my trading stop on 1%, and over here I was out for a 1% profit. Then on the daily, we received this shoulder 1 head shoulder 2. So from there on, I was again interested. What did I want to see? I wanted to see bulls kicking in. From there on, I have to go back to this one. I wanted to see the bulls kicking in. Over here, you can see bears were trying, bulls were taking over. On the 2-hour, you can see the shoulder 1 head shoulder 2 together with this bullish M. So trading with the impulse to this trade over here. We had a break again. Stop loss like this. Nice risk to reward again. Price came back. Touch. Not yet break even for me. And eventually -1. So shit happens. Okay week for me. Made the right decisions and I followed all my decisions that I decided up front. So now it's time to reflect even more and be sharp for a new Sunday market breakdown tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow on a new Sunday market breakdown. Enjoy your weekend.